Guys, I'm at the Alternative News Network again, and this is an article that's a Pedogate article, the August 13th, 2017, by Satya Raj. I still don't know who this writer is. With that being said, the title is Colossal Pedophile Ring Busted, 900 Arrests, 300 Kids Saved, Corporate Media Ignores It. Washington, D.C., after a nearly 2-year investigation, 870 suspected pedophiles have been arrested across the world, and at least 259 sexually abused children have been identified in the wake of a major underground online global pedophilia network being taken down, according to the FBI and European authorities. The FBI and Europol announced the arrests on Friday, only days after a court sentenced Florida-based Stephen Chase, founder of the so-called Playpen pedophilia network, to 30 years in prison. The arrest of Chase in December 2014 was the impetus for a global probe into the users of the members-only forum, which culminated in nearly 900 arrests. Unsurprisingly, this massive pedophile bust has failed to crack the pervasive U.S. media censorship regime, as not a single mainstream corporate media source in the United States has reported on this story. Perhaps within those 900 sickos there are some folks who have enough power not to let their names out. According to a report by the German media conglomerate Deutsche Welle, Playpen was accessible in what is known as Darknet, where internet users can engage in illegal activities using encryption and anonymity software in an effort to hide their identities. The secret network allowed anonymous users to engage in a forum where they could share photos and videos showing the sexual abuse of children. As part of its investigation called Operation Pacifier, the FBI managed to use malware to seize the Playpen website and server, which allowed authorities to track and identify Playpen users. Law enforcement authorities then took over the network and operated the pedophile site for several weeks, technically making them facilitators of child pornography themselves, hacking and tracking users of the site by installing malware onto their computers. And while virtually everyone applauds the arrest of pedophiles, civil libertarians have pushed back as to the legality and manner in which the FBI operated, rightly claiming that a single search warrant should not allow enforcement to hack into the search over 1,000 computers, according to comments made by the Electronic Frontier Foundation, EFF, regarding Operation Pacifier. I looked on my list of SOROS-funded groups, and while EPIC is one of them, I didn't find Electronic Frontier Foundation. The warrant here did not identify any particular person to search or seize, nor did it identify any specific user of the targeted website, the EFF said. It did not even attempt to describe any series or groups of particular users. In a statement Friday, Stephen Wilson, head of Europol's European Cybercrime Center, said the case demonstrated how law enforcement needs to use such methods to fight criminals who can hide behind online anonymization and encryption programs. We need to balance the rights of victims versus the right to privacy, he said. If we operate by 19th century legal principles, then we're unable to effectively tackle crime at the highest level. Now, guys, I'm kind of mixed on this because, as we all know, anything the government gets like this, they inevitably misuse it. Look at Obama using the full power of the United States government to spy on opponents and people around the world. So, on one hand, while I would say, you know what, whatever we got to do to take down this global pedophile ring, we got to do. If I believed truly that would be the end of it, I'd be all for it. But I don't believe that would be the end of it, and I believe we might end up with another Obama or another Hillary in charge, and that hammer will be right there for them to use on every nail they don't like. So I don't know which way to go on this. Part of me says, get them all. And the other part says, Be careful what you wish for. You just might come back on you. Now, make no mistake that this is just the latest case to emerge in what's now being dubbed Pedogate. Pedogate refers to the increasingly common recognition of international pedophile rings. Speaking to the scope of the problem after President Trump held a press conference in February in which he detailed his plans to go after the victims of the human trafficking epidemic, former Congresswoman Cynthia McCain, who was a big-time persecuted because she was going after the pedophiles and the elite pedophile ring. Look her up, Google Cynthia McCain, and you'll see what a real justice warrior looks like. She weighed in on the subject, noting that going after child predators will lead to the downfall of both Republicans and Democrats in the U.S., as this problem goes all the way to the top. Now, we previously reported on high-profile elite pedophilia scandal that gripped the UK, with thousands of victims being unceremoniously swept under the rug, which is indicative of the scope and breadth of the actual problem. In fact, the problem is so rampant in England that officials issued an order last month to stop naming streets and landmarks after local heroes and politicians because they would later be exposed as pedophiles. I thought we had a problem. Here they're just going after Civil War people. You can read the rest of this article if you like. There's a lot of information in here. I just thought I'd bring it up to your attention. The link is to this article at Alternative News Network is below, as is the link for the George Soros funded groups, if in case you'd like to browse through them for future reference. So y'all